morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for a 90-day fiancé house build. So if you like my content, please like, subscribe, follow, comment, do all the things. Now, I am here today building a house for our season 3 couple, which is Killian Brightwater, which this is his house, and he has a partner, Raina Nash. So Killian is 38, Raina is 36, so they're very close in age. And the thing about their relationship is going to be, can they make it, because he has fully converted himself into a country guy, like he's a farmer and he loves it, and she is a city doctor. So that's the base of their storyline. So now I'm building Killian's home because right now Raina lives in the city in a pretty nice apartment in the Spice District. But to go on about Killian, I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing in the build, but I'm going to be talking about them as well as characters. So, what I am doing, I'm planning to use all or as much as possible items from the cottage living pack and the horse ranch pack because they blend very well together. And right now I'm using this stone that I am interchanging with some gray towel, and I actually felt like it was blue at the time, but it's clearly gray. So I am trying to figure out what I want to do with the roof, but what we're going to have is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. I'm going to put upstairs only 1 bedroom and a pretty nice sized bathroom. Downstairs on the left hand side, I am making 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. Then I will have a kitchen and a living room area on the other side. But I'm actually going to put the stairwell in the middle of this house, which I don't really like to do sometimes because it feels like it interferes with the gameplay for me. But the way this house is shaped in the inside, I feel like it can work. So I'm going to finish the roof up here. And if you notice, I'm putting the house all the way over to the left. Now, Killian inherited this whole farm from his long lost aunt. His aunt and his mother had lost contact at a young age. She was she thought she was the black sheep of the family, but a lot of familial misunderstandings, which we may get into in the season. We'll see how it goes. I like to set up my story and then I kind of let them play themselves out from there. But she left him this, and so she moved to Hemford on Bagley, apparently. He did not know until she passed away. Her estate representative got in touch with him and told him he had been left a farm. At the time, Killian had been working a high stress job as a salary person. So, no, he did not live in San Myshuno, but he definitely lived in a more urban area than this, which is not hard to do if you live in Hemford on Bagley. However, he didn't know much about farming, but he had always been pretty handy. He was pretty good with just some normal gardening, and he did love animals. So he took the house because what was he going to do? Give it away? He was curious about it. He had to come see it. So he came and he took possession of the house and he redid the farm part because the house looked pretty good. It did need some repairs, but the farm itself was in disarray. So what we're going to do today, I put the house over here to the side because we're going to build a farm that also has many sheep and many goats as well as chickens. We're going to have at least 1 cow and 1 llama. So we're going to have a lot of animals. He is not going to have a horse, but we're going to have our garden section. And I even think we may put a tree house out back because the aunt didn't have one, but Killian does want children. And he does know that if he can have one, even if him and Raina never made it to a step of proposal and marriage, he would probably adopt a child at some point anyway, because he feels like it's his calling to be a dad. He's definitely on the family track. So as I go along here, I'm really trying to place all my windows and everything on the outside first. Then I like to come in. I like my house to look as complete as it can on the outside without any extra like landscaping or bushes or any of that stuff, but just it looks nice. And that's always my goal. Then I can come back and add or not add things as I see fit. So I did want to use one of these cottage living wallpapers with the flowers, but oh my gosh, they can be a bit much sometimes, especially in a room this large. But I think this can work. However, I'm putting a refrigerator here. I'm going to change that color, and I'm definitely going to change the background around the kitchen and the flooring of the kitchen because I want it to be a visual separation from the rest of the house. Now, you can see our stairwell right here that leads to the upstairs. Also, these big round lights, don't mind them. I put them in because they shine really brightly. I will be replacing them all at the very end of the bill. Now, this is like the trimming on the roof. I always struggle with that, but I do like to use it. But I have to test them all to see what looks well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put out my houses, what do you call them? Sheds for the animals. And I guess it's like their house, but it's a shed. I want some that kind of match good. I have a couple of modded ones, but I know they don't have gray in their color or the mod. So I think these white ones with the gray roofs work. I'm going to go ahead and just place my chicken coop out. Oh, also, Killian is going to have bees too because I want them to be able to have honey. And something else that Killian is going to do, he makes all of his money now from selling at the marketplace because he harvests his food and he also is going to collect honey from the bees and he gets wool from the llamas and the sheep, the mini sheep, and he can get milk from the mini goats and from the cows. So once he does that, he takes them to market. He tries to haggle, but if you've been to the market, you know Agatha and Kelly are nothing to play with. But he can make a nice profit when especially when he can haggle with them, or even on that promotional day when they sell. Don't worry, I am gonna take these ceilings off of here, but I usually do that later for some reason. Now. I am gonna do some landscape, and I'll tell you that's my least favorite thing to do when I build. I just want something my Sims can live in functionally, but I do want to get everything right for this story because once Killian moved from the city, that was when he was 30 years old. Like he was starting to burn out. He was starting to have health problems from extreme stress and the extremely long hours from his job. So at 30 years old, he moved to Hanford on Bagley when his aunt died. Now, at first, he thought, I know some gardening, I know handiness, this will be okay. He was quickly overwhelmed because running a farm is no joke. Working with animals, especially larger animals and animals that need continuous care, is no joke. And so for a while, he thought about selling the farm and backing out. But when his aunt passed, she left him a note. And she didn't know Killian, he didn't know her, but the note still touched him because the letter talked about how she felt outcast, how she didn't think she belonged anywhere, but she talked about how her neighbors in Hanford on Bagley really embraced her. And she talked about how she fell in love with the land and how the animals, and she didn't have as many as Killian has, and how this gave her purpose and being a part of a community did. So he came in and he fell in love with the community. He started to love the outdoors and nature, but it was like an acquired skill, a learned skill, just like a lot of things in life. So I am putting a pond out here because the other thing Killian likes to do is fish. Now, as he gets ready to propose to Raina because he has been thinking about it, and she does have a trip scheduled to visit him out here soon. She says she's been missing him. They haven't seen each other in, oh man, it's been close to a year now because they only met in person once, and that's because her job is very demanding. She is a doctor, and the farm demands a lot from him. He went from corporate stress to farming stress. However, it sits better with him because he's passionate about it and he likes to do it. I'm putting down just some patches to make this lawn look a little more normal. You rarely see a completely green lawn. And then I am going to put some stone around the bottom of the house, and I probably do something different with this pond, but I definitely want to have a little patch of stone, like a patch that's left over that they stand on. I may try to see, I think it's some broken stone in here, and use that. Oh yeah, that looks good, so I'm gonna do that. And we'll be ready soon to do a walking tour around the house. The lights I'll come back and replace off camera, and you can see that the furniture is in here now, so everything's looking great. I put a few trees out, but I don't like a lot of them because they tend to block my view of the camera, especially playing from the back of the house. I may even have to move that tree house a little bit. It may have to go to the other side of the yard, but I'll see what happens in gameplay. But I can see now from the back of the house is blocking it. This is our finished product, and we're gonna get ready to go in. I just wanted to show you Killian in front of his house because he loves his house. If you come inside the house, Killian is showing you his living room, and you can see the horse ranch pack things. And this is actually a chest in the corner from the horse ranch pack. And you can see a picture of him and Raina on the wall. He just loves her so much, so he displays that picture prominently. Now, this is our kitchen. And if you can tell, we have every appliance almost that came with the Home Shelf Hustle pack, because Killian is a great cook. Raina is not. She does not like cooking, but she is a good baker. This is our spare bedroom with the treadmill, two bunk beds, and a computer, because that's how Killian met Raina. They met online on the dating app, and they chatted and chatted and chatted and finally met up and fell in love. This is Killian's bedroom upstairs. This is the master bedroom. You see, he's got another picture of Raina in between the light scones. It almost looks like a shrine, but it's not. You can see downstairs they've got this light orb, and just wanted to show you their bathroom. Look at the view from the bathroom in Hemford on Bagley. And I am going to take you to the corner because there is a toilet in this little nook in the corner. Now we are in the backyard, and we've got the two bee boxes out here, and they are dormant right now. It's winter. And I always have my attic boxes for decorations, and we've got a grill and a bench to match the grill. Now you can see our tree house and our animals. This is our pond where Killian fishes, and our garden. And so I'm a little behind, but we also have our little mini animals, and that is our farm. I hope you like it, and I hope you like season 3 of our series. So until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.